Welcome to Soul Code and Soul Discovery, Soul Activation, and how to turn that into some reality in your life that actually changes your everyday behaviors and schedule based on your soul's purpose. This is author Shahin Jedian, author of 50 books and CDs on this topic, and today I'm speaking to you because I want to show you how it all works. I come from a direct descendant of the Temple of Solomon and Moses and Aaron, where I spend the last 40 years of my life, literally from an early age, researching and teaching and learning the power of the Hebrew alphabet and the letters in the ancient Aramaic and Hebrew codes, along with Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation from Abraham, 3,000 and some years ago, that reveals to us powerful secret codes of our names, our nature, and the cosmic code. Alright, welcome to Soul Code. This is Shahin Jedian, author of 50 books and CDs on the topic of soul discovery, transformation, soul purpose, life calling, and getting to know yourself at a level where you make big change in the physical world through your action steps. So today I'm going to introduce you to one of the most powerful teachings that I have, which is primarily revealed only in retreats or expos. However, you can get a little sample feeling of what it's like, so that when you do meet me at a specific expo for that limited time, maybe you can take advantage of it, because it can dramatically change your life and shift the direction of life to your favor by knowing your soul code. Now, soul code got revealed to me by accident, so to speak, in a process where I was actually working with people, and I consistently began to help them reveal from their name the genetic fiber of their being and how they're functioning in the universe, the life path, the understanding of who they are, where they come from, their karmic zone, the Akashic records, and more importantly, where their name, specifically the resonances of the sounds of their name and the vibrations, how it tunes into the breath and the godly consciousness that they're born with. So let's take, for example, one of my dear students. His name is Brandon. Today I'm actually going to be doing his soul code, so I decided to actually do it live for you here so you can see it. So Brandon, his name, we're going to write it down. He has two names, okay? People usually do have one or two names. I don't consider the last name, although it has an aspect. I consider your first name, your spiritual name, and your middle name. And then we decide together which one we're going to focus on as your soul name. And sometimes your soul name will be the one that's both your soul code and the name in the physical world. Sometimes you have two names. One is more like your social and physical connection name, and the other one is more like your soul code name. So each person is different. In this case, Brandon has two names, Brandon and Joseph. Aha, school is in. All right, so Brandon and Joseph, we're going to work with both names, but for the sake of this teaching, I'm only going to do the first one, just to keep it short, which is Brandon, his social name in the physical world. Okay, we're going to go with that. I'm going to write it out. So what I do is I teach you how to decode the names based on Sefer Yetzirah, the Book of Formation. This is a 3,000-year-old manuscript, which is right here, as you can see it. This manuscript, I'll bring it. This manuscript is powerful. It was written originally from Abraham, the patriarch. You have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the Torah and the Bible from the teachings of Kabbalah. It's predated even from the giving of the Torah from the Bible, and it teaches you how to use the letters of the alphabet to understand the fabric of the universe and how to manipulate nature in a positive way so that you can move forward in life and understand yourself. It deals with the powerful 22 Hebrew letters, Hebrew Aramaic letters, which are the foundation of creation. Just a little note, the first verse in Genesis says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. If you read it carefully, it says, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim. Et. What does et mean? The Zohar says et means the Creator made the genetic fiber of creation, which is the Hebrew letters. Et is Aleph through Taf, which is A to Z, so to speak. And then from there, use that to form the planets and give everything order. So therefore, we're going to really tap into this. Let's look at Brandon. We're going to decode Brandon. Okay. First letter of Brandon is a bet. Okay. It looks like this. Now the shapes themselves have power of understanding. It's an artistic form, just like Egyptian letters, but much higher vibration. This is like the This is like the megabyte of Sanskrit. It's like 220 volt, not 110. It's like real high end up there. Okay, we have the bet for Brandon. We have the Reish. Now every time Brandon's name is said, every time his name is mentioned, this vibration is going into the cosmos and resonating with everyone. So this is how powerful this thing is. Beit, Reish. Then we have Nun. Okay. The letter Nun. So I'm going to put the letters here. That's a B. Okay, just so you get an idea. Maybe I'll write it with a different color. That's a B. Okay. So forth. That's an R. And that's an N. Okay, but that's in Hebrew. From right to left. Okay, Brandon. And then we're going to have the Dalet letter. Okay. And then the final Nun, which is the final N. So now we have BRND and the final letter, which is the N, the big N. We're going to call it the big N. Okay? Alright, so far we have Brandon. Okay? Now we're going to decode Brandon. We're going to take the numerical values. Each letter has a numerical value, so we're going to do a cosmic numerology on them first. This is the most powerful cosmic numerology you ever find in the world. It's not a guess based on the years that was, like the year 2020 was, it still started somewhere, right? It's still man-made, but this is not man-made. This is creation code-made. So it's not something that, it's been around for at least 3,500 years. Abraham, the patriarch, is seriously coding in the Book of Formation. Every time I look into this book, you can see consistencies. It's clear that it's been around for 3,000 years. Few people have the decodification process. Thank God I've been blessed with that. Wrote 50 books and CDs and meditations on the topic. But let's get back into it. Okay, bet. Bet is the numerical value is 2. Reish is the numerical value is 200. Okay. Nun is the numerical value is 50. Dalet is the numerical value of 4. And again, the big Nun is the numerical value of 50. I'm going to add up these letters together to see what his numerical value code is in the universe. So that's going to be 250, 300, 304, 306. I'm going to take 306. 3 plus 6, the 0 doesn't count there, equals 9. Okay? So Brandon's number, soul code number, is going to be 9 when it comes to his social emotional name on Earth. There's that name. Now we're going to decode what does Brandon, by the way, I do consider the lunar and solar astrology into this when I do it, but even if I don't see your birth date, I can still completely go into it because each of the letters represent one of the 4 elements like fire, earth, water, and air. So we're going to go into each letter. The first letter, which is bet, right here. Bet represents the idea of a housing vessel. Okay? Housing vessel. Bet also tells you, if you look at the shape, don't get stuck in the past, look forward, go this way. It's the first letter of Genesis, also as Bereshit. Bereshit bara Elohim. Bereshit is telling you that in the beginning, even though it was in the beginning, there were other universes, but this is the one that we're dealing with, the world of duality. Bet is the number 2, therefore you're dealing with the number duality. There is another teaching that God has given us inside the Torah, which is the world of Alpha, which is for the 99% reality. But if you want to deal with the physical world that we're in, this is what you got to deal with the duality, how to overcome duality and take it into union. So we have Bet, which is the number 2, and that tells us the housing vessel. Then we have Reish, which is consciousness. Reish represents the head, the seed level, and consciousness. Some of you heard the word that's always mistranslated as Rosh Hashanah, beginning of the new year. The supermoon of Libra is mistranslated as new year. It's not a new year, it's the seed of transformation. Rosh means head, seed. Shana means transformation. It's the first level. When you hit that first day of Libra, you plant good seeds, the whole year takes off well because it's the same day that Adam and Eve were created on a Friday evening. Now, so we have Reish for consciousness, okay? So So far, we have basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 are 5 steps. This is 5 steps to Brandon's soul code on Earth, which means that if he follows these five steps of the teachings, now for each one of these, I'm going to give him breath work. I'm going to give him certain meditations to do. I have him listen to certain guided imagery. I have a specific one for each letter of his name and the combination of it together. So it's not just, okay, here you go, your name, go. No, I help him bring it down into the body, do the soul code, breathe it in through his being, and he has like a few weeks of a program, very simple every day for a few minutes, that actually helps him channel his name into his life's meaning and calling and purpose, into action steps, and then integrate it with your career and your relationships. And then when you wake up in the morning, you wake up with this awesome, incredible energy because you know who you are. Okay. Now, there's an app for this. It's much more detailed, but I'm just giving you the little version of it. So Bet, there's also a very powerful ring that you wear as a connection to your soul code, sort of like a marriage with the Creator, that has this soul code imprinted on it on either silver or gold, depending on if we need to connect with the lunar energy or the solar energy for confidence. That's a next level that I tell you. And then it comes with these 2 books. At an intro level, no books. At a next level, it comes with 2 powerful books that combine you with these zones. Okay. So Bet, we have 200 consciousness, Reish. Nun is spiritual falling. Okay. Prevent falling. Okay. So his N sound, right, is even, you can even see the letter N in general is no, nah, negative, right? Doesn't mean it's bad. A negative is an unprocessed positive, but it is rock bottom. It means the ability to be able to overcome things when you hit rock bottom. Overcome rock bottom. So people who have the letter M in their names, they can be prone to downness and depression, but they also have the ability to rise back up. But they need to know about that. They need to know it's part of the challenge, okay? Brand, and then the last letter is Dalit, which is Delta. Delta, the same letter as King David, right? Delta, and Delit, which means the gateway. And it basically, Delta is the dream state. It is the gateway. It is the gateway to the unconscious world and the dream world. And then the last letter is the N again, which is the capital N, which actually heals this N, because when you have the capital at the end, it tells you have double the power of hit rock bottom and bounce back up. Now, there's more to the numerics. This is a deeper session, but I'm just showing you a little sample, because if you're interested, then there's a possibility that you might run into me in one of the expos, or some way of being able to get one of these sessions. The sessions are usually $1,000, okay? It's a 20-minute session, comes with the tools. But if you see me at an expo, we have special prices that are unbelievable. So if you want to see me at an expo, see me at a retreat, or at a talk or a speech, I usually have special offers. Okay, now, so we have the Brandon down, okay? And then we also have an interesting thing here, which is if you look at the last part, Brandon, it spells these 2 letters together, spells done, which means discernment and judgment. Discernment, right? So people who are born with the letter Don in there, like the tribe of Don, right, which is legendary actually, and the tribe of Don resonates with Scorpio. Doesn't mean his name is all Scorpio, but it means he has that aspect in there. The tribe of Don is legendary for forming courthouses, judgment, being able to be a good judge for other people to balance their lives in a way where decisions can be made for them to carry out peace in the world. Now, that means he has to also learn how to tell the difference between judgment and discernment. What does that mean? And how to have mercy at the right place and judgment at the right place. Now, we all need to do that, but when you have it in your name, it means it's a special power that you're born with. There's 22 letters in the Hebrew alphabet, and only 5 of these consciousnesses are in his name. And those are the ones we're deciphering for today. Okay, so that's a generalization, general teaching of this. There's much more depth to it. I also use intuitive channeling to help you tap more in. Then I give you exercises. I speak with you afterwards, find out what the core emotions are for you as we're doing this. Things come up almost all the time when I do the sessions. And when I ask questions, people tell me, hey, this is what I'm feeling. Then I take that emotion. If it resonates with this, I give you certain exercises. I do hypnotic shifts, powerful changes, subliminal changes, Akashic records, tapping into spirit washes, learning how to come in contact with the soul of the departed, and more importantly, taking action steps that completes your mission on earth so that you don't have to repeat the same pattern over and over, helping you release chaos and tap into your success drive so that you can take the unconscious reality that's underneath and ruling you and make it real, see it, believe it, and go to the next level with it. If you want to contact me, it's easy. Go to Jedianix.com, Jedianix.com, or find me somewhere on any of the online world by Shahin Jedian, and you can get my books. Some of them are available, not all of them. Some of them are only given in the retreats. But you can be in touch and benefit from many of my teachings that are also free online. Not necessarily soul codes, but many other teachings. God bless you.
Welcome, Shahin Jedian, the magical mentor and author of Divine Prescription for Life bestseller, co-host with Chicken Soup for the Soul, 500 million bestseller, and creative collaborator of Glee, Hugo, and Spider-Man. On air now as Shahin Jedian takes you on a hot journey of spirit and heart healing, breaking through the deepest fears while unleashing your life's meaning and purpose with his gentle intensity touch. Unlock your future now with the greatest speakers as you walk out of your tight spots in life and come to fruition on ancient wisdom for modern time. Let's welcome Shahin Jedian and his guest today.